Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekly advice readings for the week starting April 30th, 2018. Thank you for being here, and as always, keep an open mind. These are general readings. They're not going to apply to everyone. They're not going to apply to everyone in the same way. Watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages that may apply to you. Watch this if you're dealing with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or rising sign, or you have a lot of planets in Aquarius, that may also apply. But again, just keep an open mind, okay? Take away what resonates, what makes sense to you, and just disregard the rest because it's not for you. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not for you. For private readings, the link to my website is in the description box below. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, as your overall energy, we do have the Two of Swords. With the Two of Swords here, I feel that for some of you are struggling to make a decision. You're struggling to make your choice. It's something that you've been putting off. It's something that you've been thinking about over and over again. It's something that you've been doing your pros and cons with, and it's just not easier to make this choice. It doesn't seem simpler, it doesn't seem clearer, it doesn't seem easier, no matter what you have been doing. It's a choice that you're procrastinating with because you're afraid of making the wrong choice. With the Two of Swords, what you need to know is, at this point, you can choose whatever you want to choose. Take your time. The key factor is to listen to your intuition, because if you try to look at things just from a logical perspective, just from a rational perspective, both options look the same, or it's not. Both options have their pros and cons. Both options look good, or not as bad. So the deciding factor will come from you listening to your intuition. And also know that this is a decision that needs to be made, and if you do not make it, it will be made for you, okay, is the message that I'm getting here. For others of you, the Two of Swords is there to say that you are refusing to speak to someone, to hear someone, to see someone. You're refusing. You're choosing to spend time alone. You're choosing to spend time in solitude. You're choosing to be alone with your thoughts. And you may be withdrawing from a partnership or a friendship with this energy, a job situation as well. So we have the Two of Wands with the Knight of Wands. We have the King of Swords with the King of Wands. Main focus or influence, we have the Page of Wands with the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Swords with the Seven of Wands. And the Death card with the Ten of Swords. Okay, so the first scenario that comes up looking at these cards. For some of you, you have been dealing with a fire sign individual. You have a lot of fire sign cards here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. They're demanding something of you. They may be demanding that you commit. They may be demanding that you choose, what to do about a situation. They may be giving you an ultimatum. They may be threatening that, you either do this or I'm walking away. But they're putting a lot of pressure on you to give them some news, to give them an answer, to tell them what you have decided. This is not an easy decision for you with the Nine of Swords. This is something that it keeps you up at night. The Seven of Wands here is them demanding. I don't care if this keeps you up at night. I don't care if this stresses you. I don't care if this is, too much for you to handle. I don't care if you feel overwhelmed. You need to tell me. You need to tell me now. For some of you, you can't decide. And the fact that they continue to put pressure on you is not helping you. It's hurting you. As a result, they may tell you, you know what, never mind. I've decided for you. This is done. This is over. I'm out. And that leaves you feeling very betrayed and very hurt, because they took that decision away from you when it was your decision, but they didn't give you time or space to make up your own mind. And in the end, they did whatever they want anyway. Okay. So I feel that this is, for some of you, this is in your love life, where someone's demanding you commit, or someone's demanding you move to be with them, or someone's demanding that you leave someone for them. Okay. They're not taking no for an answer. This could even be where someone's asked you to marry them and they're pretty much telling you, okay, well, you need to marry me. What are you waiting for? Okay, so they're not respecting your feelings. You may be feeling overwhelmed. You may be feeling like, hold on, this is too much, I need to process this. They're not respecting that. They're pushing. As a result, you may see the end of that relationship. For some, I feel like they're walking away because they're saying, you know what, you've had enough time to think about it. I think you've had enough time to think about it. I think you should have said yes then and there. And if you didn't, that's fine. Never mind. I don't want your answer anymore. And so they're leaving. And that leaves you feeling very hurt. Okay? With the Ten of Swords, rightfully so. However, what you do need to focus on is, if this is the situation you're dealing with, then that person should have been respectful of your feelings. They should have given you all the time you need. You're not trying to be difficult, you just need time. Okay? This could even be someone asking to get back together. This could be someone asking, what do you want us to do? Where do you want the relationship to go? It's things that, they've thought about and they're expecting certain answers, but you haven't thought about it and you just don't know. You're just not sure, and that's okay. They're pushing you, and they shouldn't. As a result, if the relationship does end, the message is, let it end, because this is not the person that you need to have in your life. If they don't have that empathy for you, to give you time to think, to give you time, to give you what you need to help you, make up your mind and make your decisions and do what you want to do, figure it out for yourself. You don't really want to be with that person, because it's only going to get worse. In the end, you're just going to give up and do whatever they say you should, and that's not okay. Okay? For others of you, I feel that you're stuck between two options, whether it's two people or it's two jobs, two offers on the table for you. You may feel like you need more time, but I do feel there's a deadline on at least one of them, if not both. There's a deadline. They're not going to be on the table forever. You do need to make a decision. And if you don't, you may lose out on both options. Okay? For others of you, this is, you do make a decision. You have to end one situation to start another. You may end up hurting someone in the process, but this is a time for you to do what's best for you and to think about yourself, not in a selfish way. It's about you. Okay? For others of you, this could be someone making a decision for themselves, to leave, to move away, to take a job abroad, to start traveling, to change their jobs, to change the dynamic of your relationship, to leave you behind one way or another. And again, it's someone who is very much focused on themselves during this time in a selfish way. They're not thinking of you and how their actions will affect you. They have their back to you all the time. Okay? And so you may be dealing with some disappointment and some sorrow and some hurt during this time. However, I do feel like this is part of a bigger lesson, okay, when it comes to learning that everything happens for a reason. And if people need to leave your life at this time, let them, because they don't have your best interest at heart anyway. Okay? So you may be dealing with some karmic lessons during this time. However, choose to focus on the bright side. Choose to look for the silver lining in everything. So someone leaves your life, they weren't the best person for you anyway. They would have just dragged you down or dragged you with them wherever they went, taken away your individuality. Try to focus on the fact that, okay, now I have my own independence back. Now I have my freedom. Now I can, be in charge of my own mind and my own feelings again. I don't need to argue with someone to defend my right to feel the way I feel. Okay? Let's look at your guidance card. We have the Seven of Earth. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. So for some of you, the Seven of Earth is telling you, okay, how much have you invested in this situation? Are you getting what you deserve out of it? And if not, and if it's taken away from your life, more importantly, if fate is taking it out of your life, let it, allow it to, okay? Because if you know that something's not right, if you know that something is unfair, whether it's a job situation or a relationship, and maybe you haven't decided what you wanted to do about it, but fate has stepped in for you and trying to remove that situation from your life. See it for what it is and allow that to happen, okay? Don't feel like you have to blame yourself for anything, and don't feel like you have to beat yourself up about anything. It's simply what is meant to happen. That is what the Death card is. It is a necessary ending. It is something that was dead a long time ago anyway. Now it's just being completely removed from our lives, okay? But it was dead anyway. It wasn't going anywhere. It was just hurting us, and that's why it is ending. We didn't want to, or we couldn't end it for ourselves. We knew it was hurting us, but we couldn't end it for ourselves. Fate steps in and ends it for us. Allow it to. Know your worth. You don't have to compromise. You don't have to just settle, okay? You don't have to hide or quiet yourself, where you shouldn't say what you think, or you shouldn't talk about how you feel. You deserve to have a voice. You deserve to feel the way you feel. That's your right. That's, nothing, you're doing nothing wrong. Okay? Unnecessary worry. Trust that what is meant to be will be with this energy. And if you do have to make a choice and you're struggling with it, think about your goal and think about yourself. What is it that you want at this time, and what is it that you deserve at this time? Because I feel that this is a rush of energy that's coming into your life, almost kind of sweeping you off your feet, and you have to guide it. You have to tell it what direction you want to go in. So you have a lot of options on the table: job, living situation, relationships, goals, business, study, travel. But you have to decide for yourself what it is that you want to focus on, what it is that you want to do. Because trying to focus on too many things at the same time may cause you to miss opportunities, and at the same time holding yourself back and taking too long to decide what you want personally may cause to some missed opportunities, okay? So take that for what it's worth. Remember, it is not for everyone. It's for those who really need to receive this message, okay? So if it doesn't apply to you, it's just not for you. So just look at your moon or rising sign readings, okay? But for those of you that this does apply to, let me know how, okay? I'm looking forward to your feedback. Let me know how the cards apply. And I hope that the messages help you if you are dealing with these energies, okay? So, again, remember to watch your moon and rising sign readings. Have a good week ahead, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.